Hello everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I'm about to expose the greatest secret that the evil people in this world do not want you to know about. I'm going to use a couple of comments that I've received recently. I'm going to talk about some prophecies that I've talked about recently. There's a confusion over the world right now, a malaise and scales on people's eyes and their ears. Most people cannot actually understand truth right now. Truth has become so foreign to most human beings because the mainstream media has suppressed truth for so long that a lie sounds good, that it tickles a lot of people's ears, and they would rather hear a lie than the truth. I'm going to talk about this secret. And first, I want to do something to really tick off the algos because we're at war. It's hard to share the truth because you get held back. So let's do this. Can you do me a favor? Big favor. If you've been subscribed to this channel for some reason, if you're new to this channel, don't do this by all means. But to everybody that's been subscribed, go to the video, click that little button, share. And when you click it, see if I can do it like this. Come up here and it says right here, create post. Even if most people don't know this, everybody has a YouTube channel. Put something up here that you think is important. If you get something from this video, and then hit the post button after you type something. And that's going to share this video out all over YouTube. Also, if you could share it on Facebook and anywhere else you can, because this is what people need to understand. And I believe right now that a lot of scales are about to fall off people's eyes and ears as I say this. All right now, you have to understand there is a gentleman named Gerald Celente. He always had this famous quote. He says, when all else fails, when the plans of evildoers fail, they take you to war. Now, I did a video the other day, or I put out a community post of a prophecy that came from 2006 and 2010 by someone named Kim Clement. And a lot of people jumped on, and I even said, most people that go to church, 10 of them 99 out of 100 people can name 10 false prophets. Only one could actually name a real prophet. And they try and use scripture that doesn't even exist in the Bible. They just make stuff up because most people have zero knowledge base of what's really going on in the world. They just believe what they're told, right? That's why in the Bible, it says faith comes by hearing, not seeing. When you hear something over and over again, you get programmed, and evil people know this, and it's easy to program people. And so what is happening right now is there's a plan to stretch the United States of America thin. Everything from military resources to our financial resources to destroy us. And there's going to be an attack within our country. This prophecy that some people said was by a false prophet wouldn't even look at the dates of the videos when they came out. And it tells of a country that is attacked by multiple countries at once. Sound familiar? Also said that it was going to happen right after Rosh Hashanah, and then in the month of October, some other bad things are going to happen. One of which, it didn't say that this would happen in October, that right after this happens, China would move into Taiwan. Right now, our money is being stretched thin, and we are being led by a global regime that has put a puppet in place in our country to lead it, and they are destroying our country. And they do not want you to know, and this is based off of another comment from someone that says, Ninja, you need to stop talking about how to make money right now and observe what's going on, all the heinous things across the world. Well, I want you to understand this. I've been warning everybody on this channel, type 1 if you remember this, that multiple wars are coming and it is going to get very dark. And what they want is they want you not focused on the fact that they are stealing and robbing you blind. There are actually websites out there. So here's people that remember all this. There are websites out there that are devoted to telling you your future. One of them being an agenda that comes around 2030. Type 2 if you know this. It states that by this certain date, you will own nothing and like it. Why they're telling you that is because they are going to destroy your livelihood. They're going to take everything from you. And this plan has to do with your credit score, then a social credit score, and a lot of really bad things. And what they want to do is they want to pull your attention off of that. And for 3 years, I have been warning people of these things to come and expressing the very seriousness of why it's important to protect your credit score, save money, get hedges against inflation, that I was warning about well before this inflation was in the mainstream media. And I'm not saying this to be cocky. These are just facts. And there are a lot of people that have a hard time believing somebody is just a normal person like myself, right? You and I are normal people, all right? And what I want you to understand is that you're normal and I'm normal in the eyes of others, but we are extraordinary people because we do see these things coming. Type 4 if you see bad things coming and you are preparing for them. When you type 4, you have to understand that that means that you are an elitist. I've talked about in the past why it's so important to have 1 ounce of gold or 10 ounces or 20 ounces of silver, because that puts you in the elite category of people that own gold, any person that owns gold or silver on earth. I talk about why it's important to have some Bitcoin, because you now become an elitist. Once you start achieving these milestones or getting out of debt, you are now an elitist, right? Becoming a lender instead of a borrower, you are an elitist. Because once you go from win to win to win, your confidence level keeps increasing, and your ability to help others keeps going up. That is not what they want. They want you scared. They want you sick. They want you terrified so that they can control you. You see, that's what happened during Operation Paperclip when America brought over all of these Nazi scientists and generals. And they said, how did you control these people? And they said, it's easy. You always control them through fear. See, I don't have fear. So the person that says we need to wait and stop and just be thinking about all these people dying. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, people are killed every day. People are raped and tortured every day. There's no way that we can stop this unless we get back the wealth of the nation. You see, the elite, which they're not elite, they just know something that most people don't know. Time-weighted averages or time, patience is a virtue, and it can be used for good or evil. And these are decades-long plans that have been put in place that you are now finally seeing pop off. Our country is being infiltrated right now by people all over the world, fighting-aged men. That's the majority of people that are coming over the border. That's why they had such a big problem with the last person that ran the country, because he wanted to stop it. You see, you need a warlord mentality to stop these kind of things. And billionaires, they're different than everybody else. Yeah, they're different. They're here to kick butt and take names. And they're warring with each other. Like Cyrus from the Bible. Now, right now, what's going on is massive layoffs in our country. The jobs number, you are being straight up lied to. Jobs numbers are not what they seem. We added so many jobs. No, for every 3 people that had full-time jobs that were either laid off or that job was not filled after they retired, for every 3 full-time jobs, you have 5 part-time jobs that were added, okay? So people in America have less insurance, less benefits. They are underemployed, which means they are more stressed out than they've ever been. We are at our breaking point right now. That is why I asked in the beginning of the video for you to please hit that little share button and click the create a post that brings you to this to share this video. Why? Because this channel is being shadow banned, along with so many others out there. Because right now, the Supreme Court is allowing the president of the United States to infiltrate social media and say and I have proof of this. I've shown it before. This is absolutely mind-blowing to me. But I will be honest with you. I would rather be on the side of the truth and helping people than hurting people. And I'm trying to wake up as many human beings around the world that have always wanted to be financially free. But not only for them, I want you to be financially free for other people. We have such a burden right now that there is a day coming as this economy collapses and they're like, look over there, look at that war. Oh, look at that war over there. Look at all that stuff. Don't look at the child slavery that's going on in our country. Don't look at our economy collapsing. Don't look at the debt that's imploding right now. This is absolutely insane. Don't look at any of that stuff, because we're going to come and take all of your stuff. Look at this story right here out of Zero Hedge today. Oil and gold are soaring as Mideast conflict escalates. Now, there's going to be a pullback in gold. There's going to be a little bit of a pullback in oil. And people look at the day-to-day minutia, the day-to-day movements, the rhetoric, and they do not look at the big scale, the big picture. Oil will be $150 a barrel in this next cycle. Mark my words. And if you're not ready for that, you're going to be paying $12 to $13 a gallon at the pump, and you will have not gotten ready for it. How do you get ready for it? Start a business right now. Don't do it in debt. Start selling the stuff around your house that you don't use, and start learning how to flip money, increase money right now. When you take some time and really focus, you're going to be able to accomplish this. And you're going to be so much stronger and better for it and be able to take advantage of all these other businesses that collapse. I did this in 2010 to 2012. I was buying up companies' inventories left and right. As a matter of fact, one of the companies, I ended up spending like $40,000 on equipment, woodworking, all this crazy stuff. And the owner of the company that went under is now a subscriber 12 years later and is part of Ninja Nation. I actually ran into him. But I couldn't have made all that money during the Great Recession if I didn't have a little bit of money on the side and a clean credit score and a clear mind, because I knew about that plan to take down the US housing market back in 2005. Just like I'm warning you about something that's so much bigger, they're coming to take your houses. They're coming to make you an eternal slave where you don't even own a car. They've published this. This is really happening. If you agree with that, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button on the actual video. Type 10 if you know and understand that this is a plan. We've been warned about this plan since the 1950s. Was it Earl Nightingale, or there was a handful of people that warned about a devious plan? As a matter of fact, JFK himself warned about this plan to enslave us in debt and how the Federal Reserve was going to do this. And they did it in between 7 and 10-year intervals, cycles, to help to slowly destroy the American population and the wealth of this nation. Look at this right here, this story headline: a broad slowdown. U.S. credit card spending plunge surpasses the worst month of the pandemic. Credit card spending plunge. That means it's over. It's like all these people I know that are trying to sell houses, and they're like, why didn't I listen to you back in the spring and last year to sell my house? Now I'm selling it and I think that I was gonna get like another $30,000 for my house. Nobody's walking in the door. So that means that $30,000 doesn't exist. See, anything and everything you own is only worth what someone else is willing to pay. Most people have no concept of what the velocity of money means. And when the velocity of money stops, everything collapses. Well, right now, I said that by the first week of October, everything was going to get hit fever pitch. And there are certain data points that are being kept from you. Why? Because the media has taken over people's minds because of what's going on overseas. I can't even say those words now. They're banning us. This is not a joke, because they want to control the narrative and keep the fear and all of the crazy stuff over here. So you're looking over here and you're not looking at you being robbed over here. Okay? Do you know how important money is? Type 11 if you think money is the most important thing. Now I'm going to get type 12 if you say no. We're going to get a bunch of 12s. I'm going to correct this thinking right now. People misquote this verse in the Bible all the time. Say money is the root of all evil. Now you don't even know how to read the love of money, right? The overcoming love of money is the root of all evil. Not the love of not money. But money has such a stranglehold on you that God, type 13 if you believe in God, a God that created this world, that created you, a divine creator, right? And I believe in God that sent his son, Jesus Christ, to die for our sins. Now, I'm not here to preach to you because I'm the worst person. I should not be doing that. But let me tell you this. God said in the Bible that the only thing you're allowed to test him in is money. Test me. If you can give up the love of money and give a tithe, a portion of your money to help other people, and it doesn't have that stranglehold over you, watch what I do with your finances. The reason why is because he knows that Satan, which is very real, most people say they believe in God, they don't even believe in Satan. Holy cow. They don't even read the Bible, right? Well, let me say this. I am bad. I need to read my word more, all right? I'm really bad at that. So I don't want to come across like some not holier than thou. I got lots of things wrong with me. I'm a screw up. Type 15 if you're a screw up too. I'd be typing it right now. But the thing is that Satan uses money, and that's why there's all these satanic symbols all over your currency, right? To ensnare you and to hurt you and to defeat you. You are called to be a lender and not a borrower. You are called, regardless if you believe in God or not. I'm telling you right now, you are called to be a leader. You are called to be the head and not the tail. I'm telling you right now that I believe that you are intended to be blessed as you come into a building and blessed as you go out. Type 17 if you understand that and agree with that. Type 18 if you don't, but you want more information. And I'm telling you right now, you are intended to be a blessed person. But most people aren't blessed because of the things they say about themselves. And right now you have the world, a bunch of billionaires controlling the media, controlling the narrative, trying to ensnare you and watch what's going on over here. This has happened centuries after centuries. Watch what's going on over here while we rob you, rape you, and pillage you over here. Now, I believe that the call that I made at the beginning of the year, that by October everything was going to hit fever pitch, is 100% true. I said that mortgages would be 8% by next January, this coming January. I was beat to the thing. Now, unless you have 20% down payment, you can't get a mortgage under 8%. And there's some programs that you can actually. Let me stop there. Sorry. But by and large, everything's falling apart. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. In the year 2024, there's going to be so much chaos. It is going to put you in a state of fear and reliance on the government. And I want you to understand that it is planned for that so that you will vote for your own prosperity. You will vote for whoever in the government gives you the most amount of money. And that is a big carrot dangling on purpose and is going to lead to our nation's destruction. Type 20 if you understand that. Type 20 if you know that voting for prosperity leads to the destruction of a country. Because that means that politicians have won your vote not because they deserve it, it's because they're misspending your tax dollars. If you think that getting wealthy right now, not only for you and your family or your lineage, but for the greater good of mankind, if you think that that is a bad thing, that that is not what you are to do, to be able to have wealth, it's so funny. There's so many people that want to help people. They have no money. Well, I don't know if you know this. It takes money to help people. It really does. There's no situation in life because you know what? Like, I'll give you an example. Oh, you really want to help somebody? Yeah, go help them all the time. Go help them 40 hours a week. Well, I could help them like 1 hour, but I got to go to work. Well, it's because you need money. Money is what helps people. You could buy just about anything with money. You can buy time with money. You buy resources with money. You can't buy relationships with money, but wait a minute. If you had more time to spend and work on your relationships rather than being a workaholic because you're barely making it, would your relationships be better? You see, the thing is that people are so confused because there's zero financial education in our system, our educational system today, by design. Our system is built to make you a good slave. Go to school, get a good job, get a car that you can't afford and a house that you can't afford, and look really rich until a big recession cycle knocks you off of the totem pole. In 2006, when I was warning everybody, I lost all my friends. And because I was the Debbie Downer. They didn't realize that I had 14 homes that I was liquidating. If they did, they probably would have listened a little different. But they knew I flipped homes and had some rentals and stuff, but they didn't know back then. And that's not a big number, right? But it was a big number for me. I didn't have a guru in my life or someone to really help me along my way or somebody that had more than I did to keep shooting for higher goals. That's one of the problems in our country is we don't know how to set goals, and especially goals that seem impossible. Because if you're not shooting for the stars, then how are you going to hit the moon, right? So we're in a moment where people are so delusional and they're watching all this stuff and they're, oh, I should feel bad. We're like, well, what's feeling bad going to get you? What do you think you changed the world by typing out a real nice tweet. Oh, my heart goes out to the people who are dying. Well, there are people getting murdered and raped and destroyed right down the street from you, especially if you live in a large urban area in America. I think that we are in a moment where you need to put down the emotions right now and pick up the weapons of war. And one of those weapons of war are financial. And I make no qualms about telling people, if you want fuzzy good emotions and you want me to do videos, like, look at all those people. It's, yeah, you know what? I want to actually change the world. I'm not here for fuzzy emotions. There's the door you can leave. Now, the good news is social media right now is doing a great job of making sure people don't see these videos. And it still will not stop me from telling people the truth of what's going on. And that is, there is a massive plan, multi-country plan to destroy America. Can I blame them? Honestly, no. I think America has really lost its way when it came to helping countries to now destroying them through money, through sanctions. You know, most people don't even understand that we pushed Japan into attacking Pearl Harbor. We did it on purpose, so we had the American people's vote to go after other countries. And other countries have done this too, where they push another country into attacking them and go, we've been attacked. Think about what's going on here, what I'm saying. We've been attacked, now we can go do this. If you take the money out of their hands, the money changers' hands, it destroys them. And right now, countries all over the world are buying gold. Are you? That's not financial advice, it's just a question. I want to do what governments and very wealthy people like billionaires are doing with their money. Oh, they're buying gold and they're doing inflation hedges. Oh, they're selling off of their stocks. I remember getting wrecked back in the spring, and I'm totally fine with it because I ended up being right. And it's not because I'm very smart. It's just logic, just dumb, easy logic. When I was saying, you have no idea, you know, what Warren Buffett's doing. Like, Warren Buffett, you know, you say the market's crashing and Warren Buffett's buying stocks. Like, well, no, you read last quarter's earnings or, you know, earnings call or whatever report from his company. And then what happened the next quarter? Massive selling of stocks, massive selling. As a matter of fact, Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway is building up one of their largest cash hoards of all time. Why? Because they're preparing. Are you preparing? I thank everybody that hits the share button on this video and shares this video out in any and all categories on their own YouTube page. Even if you don't have a single subscriber, you got a YouTube page on Facebook, because this kind of information is being held and hidden right now. And I'm telling you, there is a war, but it's really not only on earth, but it's in the heavenlies. And this economy is coming down. What side are you going to be on? The winning side, picking up assets for pennies on the dollar and helping people? Or are you going to be on the side that's having everything taken away and you're going to be a part of that 2030 agenda where you're going to own nothing and like it? I hope this pisses you off. The Economic Ninja is out.